You're in front of the Israeli School, Universal Practical Knowledge, the Philadelphia Division, here at 3226 Cheltenham Avenue in Philadelphia. We're standing in front of the school right now, getting a description of the 12 tribe sign that's been painted by one of the brothers that was in the school: Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Simeon, Zebulun, Ephraim, Manasseh, Gad, Reuben, Naphtali, Asher, and Issachar. Those are the 12 tribes of Israel.
Shalom. Shalom. You've been waiting for this day, so this day has finally come. A lot of you have been wondering where this knowledge that you've been hearing is coming from, and the powerful truth that you've been hearing, how this was established. Well, we finally were able to arrange for the priests to come down from New York and spend some time with us. And I'd like to introduce them if I can. These are some great brothers. We're very glad to have them with us. We want to make them feel as warm as possible, because this is their work and the extension of their work and what they've laid down some time ago. I'd like to introduce, first of all, priest and Sixth Shield General, fourth in command in the nation of Israel, Lahab. I'd like to salute this brother, Majah. Barak. Yeshabim, which means sit. And I'm going to turn it over now to Priest General Lahab.
Water, brother. I'd like to say this, starting off, we're very impressed at your school here, and we're very impressed to see that the brothers and sisters in Philadelphia think enough of the Most High and the Bible and the truth and your nationality to be a part of this, because most of the brothers and sisters are running from the truth.
Hey, Shalom Israel. Yahweh Shem Yahshua Barakatham to the brothers. Yahweh Shemar Lathaba Shem Yahshua to the sisters. I'm Priest and Officer Shari Wan under Commanding General Yohana. All right, the sound is good. Just making the sound is good. All right, we about to get into another Monday night history class. The water for tuning in. All right, make sure you like, share, subscribe. All right, help push this truth out. We got another Monday night history class. Just giving some more history of, this earth from a black man's perspective, which for too long we've been void of. It's been absent. We've been taught due to colonization, due to integration, learning about history through the lens of our oppressor, through the lens of Europeans, through the lens of the people that colonized us. You understand? And because of that history lesson that we receive from them, we have a very tainted view of who we are. We have a very tainted view of what is good, what is bad. You imagine learning history from a people that enslaved you for hundreds of years. They're the ones that teach you who you are, where you come from, who teach you about every way of life that is good for you, every way of life that is bad for you. All these things are taught to you by your colonizer. And so, what we do every Monday night, we break down that history from our perspective. All right, is very important. What's going on, Ahabawan? Yabashima Shabakta. All right. You got yourself
Yeah,
on
but
mute.
she got Shabaka. Da, what's going on with you, sir?
What's going on, mighty man?
I'm around. I'm around.
God, shoot. So we got a good class tonight. It was inspired. Slack. It was
I thought it was my phone. I'm like, ooh.
Let me turn that down. Yeah, it was inspired by um, you know many current events. Things we see like Meg the Stallion, and what's even more current. That is not so much seen on social media is all the divorces that just took place within this last week. All the Black, Hispanic, and indigenous households that are broken, that are in disarray. All the tears from the fathers, from the mothers, most importantly, the tears of the children who are crying out because they're watching their parents fight, get divorced, abuse each other, mistreat each other. That should be national news.
Yes, sir.
And we hear about, Meg the Stallion not getting enough money from Clay Thompson. We hear about, who Clay Thompson is sleeping with as if that's the most important thing for our community. You know what I mean? There's a lot of underlying things that are going on. And, some sisters look to Megan the Stallion and, they use her story as an opportunity to vent, and put down the Black man. They use it as an opportunity to speak on all of their hurt, all of their mistreatment inside of a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And what's very sad in doing that is what we have learned in 2026 in all these years, what people would say being removed out of slavery. The main thing we have learned is to be selfish. And it's a very sad thing because that selfishness is destroying and has destroyed our household.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to get down into some of the key history points that have, taken a turn for what the Black household is today. And like many times, it starts with our oppressor. Reason being, because of people like Martin Luther King, we decided that integration would be best for us as a people. And we integrated. We integrated into their society, their schools, their religious systems, their every way of life. And that has absolutely destroyed us. I'm going to start with I'm going to share my screen on a video for a brother who's just, lightly speaking on integration. And of course, Ahaba want to jump in whenever you would like.
Count one kind, sir.
All right.
Teachers were very highly respected. Everyone helped raise the kids. Teachers were very highly respected people. And ministers played, and the church played a tremendous role in this. Now, that closeness, I believe, the racism of the times probably had something to do with it, but it was more, I think, of a survival thing that we've got to train our children to get along in this world. And they could, if they started some certain things, if they fight, they're going to have trouble. Now, they may meet physical violence, economic violence, or social violence. And they tried to prepare the children, I believe, to work to actually live in the white world.
Now, there's something he said here that was very key, which so many of us understand. Because of integration,
Yep.
what our parents did, our grandparents, great grandparents, they made sure and they taught their children, taught their loved ones how to integrate and operate inside of a white man's society. That is what integration meant for black people.
Mm-hmm.
What one of the things his brother said was they taught us, how to operate inside of their businesses because we would have to go out and work for the white man. We weren't going to work for black people anymore. We were now going to work in a white man's business. And he almost laughed. You could see him. He laughed a bit and said, as dangerous as that was, let me play that back because that's actually, such a important part, which the ISUPK speaks on so many times. I can't the countless times I've heard Commanding Journey Yohana say, to put your children in an all-black school.
Mm-hmm.
They have black teachers, where they're surrounded by people that don't hate them. And this brother here, he kind of laughed and said, as dangerous as it was, we taught our children how to integrate into their world. Right? I'm going to play that back a little bit.
Could, if they started certain things, if they fight, they're going to have trouble. Now they may meet physical violence.
You see what he said?
Mm-hmm.
Our parents knew that we would meet physical violence. And they taught us how to adapt to that physical violence. You imagine that, a humble one?
Damn right.
That's me today sending my child into a place where I know they're going to meet physical violence.
Why would you do that?
Why would you do that? You know how many people I hear complain about, their children being bullied at school?
Yeah.
This is a lot more than bullying, what this man is talking about. Let me keep on going.
It's heavy.
Economic
God.
violence or social violence. And they tried to prepare the children, I believe, to work to actually live in the white world. I can recall, many saying, being told that, one of the attributes that you should have when you grow up is to be able to get along with white folks. Well, what about white folks getting along with me? Well, you could told easily, you work for them. You will work for them. You will, they will have a say so as to how.
If I may, sir.
God, go ahead.
Right. The Bible says that Esau will have a perpetual hatred towards his brother.
Mm.
You heard what he just said. He said, why? He said they taught us how to get along with white folk, but why they ain't never teach white folk how to get along with me?
Right.
Right? That's so heavy because why do we have to play that game and they can't play with us? Why we got to act like we want to be with them, right? But they can't put their soft ass feelings aside to be with us, right? Understand the name of this class is Colonization, taught to us to have a dysfunctional marriage. So we're gonna get into the marriage stuff tonight, right? But what we have to understand as a people is that we marry to our oppressors. We're married to our oppressors. And why are we married to our oppressors? Why are we married to our oppressors? And we'll keep it simple. We'll keep it simple. We're married to our oppressors because we think our oppressors can't do no wrong. We think they can't do no wrong. And with us thinking our oppressors can't do any wrong, they can't do any wrong. Think about the things that's going on in society today. We got a pedo as a president, right? We got a pedo as a president. We got a freaking alcoholic as the head of the FBI.
Yeah. Man, he's more than just an alcoholic. Man.
The dude, oh my God. We got a freaking alcoholic so the pedo is the president, the alcoholic is the leader of the FBI, right?
If I could.
Please.
Because and what you're saying is so heavy in that, you know, like back to what this brother was saying, how you made the point. Why are we being taught how to get along with them?
Why?
They're the pedophiles.
Yes.
They're the alcoholics. You're the monsters on this.
They're the murderers. They're the unalivers.
You see what I'm saying?
They're the unalivers. So why are we being taught how to get along with unalivers and pedos and alcoholics?
They should have had mandatory classes and rehabilitation for at least 20 years, Ahabawan, on how to be kind and how to treat Black people. They were the people that needed, you know, an entire changing in the way they think, in the way they act, because how they showed that they treated people was monstrous.
Damn right.
We never needed to learn how to be with them. What we needed to do is to stay far away from them. That would have kept us safe. What needed to happen was they needed to change the way that they treated people. You know how many people that they unalived? How many of our people, that mass genocide, I swear, goes over everybody's head. They committed mass genocide on Blacks, Hispanics, and Indigenous.
Damn right.
And we need to learn how to get along with white folk? Are you crazy?
This just sounds nuts. You trying to tell the lamb to get along with the lion.
That's right.
So the lamb should get along with the lion?
Mm.
Where you get that from?
And how does, and even thinking about that concept, like what do I tell a lamb? Like, don't make sure you don't step on his toe because
hey, look, no, you tell the lamb. Think about this: the lamb in any different aspects. You got to tell the lamb, don't look sexy,
right?
Right? Don't be. Think about how little girls and little boys walk around and jump and flip and all that kind of stuff and have a good time.
Yeah,
you can't do that with these lions.
That's heavy. You know, as soon as you said that, don't look sexy, it reminded me of that movie I had watched. Or sorry, it was a documentary. I think it was a Netflix documentary. On slavery, and there was two sisters that were slaves, and one of the sisters was, you know, she was a house Negro. And she stayed around Massa and she knew Massa. And the other slave, this girl, she was growing up. She just turned like 14, 15. Her breasts are starting to come in a little bit. She's starting to get a little shape to her body.
Mm-hmm.
And she was advised, cut your hair. Don't let your hair grow.
Mm.
Watch the way you dress. Watch the way you talk. Watch the way you carry yourself. Because if Massa, gets a little horny one day and sees you walking down the plantation,
He a nasty mofo.
and that's exactly what happened. She got raped. She got sexually assaulted
Mm.
because her breasts were just showing a little too much. And that's what you have to tell a lamb, like you said. It's what you have to tell somebody who's in danger. And we think that it's a good idea to integrate with them. That man, that's why we're so destroyed as a people.
You know what's heavy about what you're saying, sir, is that how can the lamb tell the lion that I don't look delectable, I don't look delicious to you? I was talking to a friend of mine today, right? And she was out in Highland Park. Highland Park inside Detroit. She walking her dog in Highland Park. And in Highland Park, 2 coyotes ran out and attacked her dog.
Huh.
Right? 2 coyotes. Now, coyotes eat everything that ain't coyote. So she ran out. And I'm telling her, where your pistol at? You running out? She said, I had a knife. Them coyotes about to eat you and your goddamn dog.
God.
Right? So with them coyotes about to eat her and the dog, right? It's funny that she ran out and then the coyotes ended up taking off. So she ended up being blessed that the coyotes took off because they could have attacked her. Because this is I don't know what time she got, like a pit bull or something like that, some type of dog. So if they had attacked one of them dogs, what they gonna do to you? And we don't understand that if the oppressor attacked the biggest and the strongest of us, what they gonna do with the weaker and the softer of us, right? If the coyotes attack, if the oppressor will attack Shimgeezy, what's Shimgeezy at? LeBlanc, Cap Cesario.
Mm-hmm.
If the coyotes will attack them, what they gonna do with the sisters and the young little sisters and the young little brothers and the troopers and stuff like that?
It's like exactly what the scriptures say. They devour us.
They devour us.
Yep. Yep. That's so heavy, priest. We could
devour us. So they devour. If they try or attempt to devour the biggest and the strongest of us, what do the smallest of us got to do?
Yeah.
And I told her, I was like, why you have your knife and your pistol on you? This is a homegirl that came down the street. So I said, where your man was at? Well, he was. I said, that's the problem. You should have went out with your man. You out here fighting coyotes, you ain't with your man?
So like if I could too, because that kind of brings it to the point here, the for the title of the class, our oppressors attacked the strong point of our nation, which is the family structure.
Exactly.
And we got to understand that the most powerful thing, one of the most powerful things that we have as Blacks, Hispanics, and Indigenous is our family. That's the beginning. That's the entire, the root or foundation of a nation.
Damn right.
And if you destroy the family, what do you have?
None.
You ain't got nothing. Let's keep going now, because we could talk about this. It could be a whole.
You already know.
A whole brotherhood class.
Already know.
Class. You know what I mean? So let's keep going on the information.
and they can even eliminate you and will eliminate you if you.
Hold on, wait, pause that, sir.
Yep, go ahead.
He said, and they can eliminate you and will eliminate you.
That's what we sent our kids into.
That's where we sending our children to. To a individual that can and will eliminate them.
Mm-hmm.
That's nuts.
Yep.
All right,
No.
Salakia, sir. All
Yeah,
right.
right. No.
The Bible says oppression make a wise man mad.
God, that's why I say this topic could go forever because being wise brothers, when we see the destruction of our family, all we do is shake our heads at this. You know what I mean? This brother right here, he's making light of how we sent our children into these beasts. We gave our kids right to these animals to devour us. So let's try to teach them how to live in their society. It's absolute madness.
Too much out of line. But it was that closeness there, and I think it's something blacks have lost, is that sense of community where the whole community was involved in the rearing of the children. Blacks have been, ever since we've been here, I guess, have been told that you were brought out of Africa, and you were brought to this land. You were uncivilized, and you were made civilized. And look at you today, and you have the white man to thank for that. And
now think about that. And this is again what I mean about these history classes. Is this is what we were taught when we integrated into them. We were taught that, we came out of Africa swinging on trees, walking around butt naked in the forest, with no culture, no, identity, civilization. We were just animals, literal monkeys, just swinging around from trees. And we came over here and were taught how to be civilized. We were taught civility by people that were doing the most savage things known to man, to human beings. We've done history classes on that. We just lightly scratched the surface on the things that they did to us. And these are the people that civilized us. Go ahead.
If I may, sir. So we were taught how to be civilized by the savages that ravished us. You see what I'm saying? We was taught how to be civilized by the savages that ravished us. So when can savages ever teach you how to be civilized? The prisoners, the inmates can't teach you how to be free. Right? These bastards came out of the Caucasus Mountains. And now they want to tell us how to be free. When we showed them how not to shit in their streaks.
Yep. And what's heavy about some of the points he's making here is that, and this is the reason I brought this video out, was because these are the people that taught us marriage. These are the people that, especially once we integrated, these are the people that we look to be the example. You know what I mean? On how marriage should take place. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Think about our sisters. Think about all the Black, Hispanic, and indigenous sisters that jumped on the bandwagon of the women's rights movement,
The feminine movement.
the feminist movement, and you followed that devil. You followed Lassie, that white woman.
Call her Lassie.
I don't know what so many different names. You know what I mean? Becky, Lassie, I don't know. Like, you sisters, you followed that woman to be your example on how to behave inside of a household. It's so sad what we've done as a people.
Damn right.
You have done nothing to build this country. You have done nothing to help defend it. You've not been involved in science. Now these are things that I know from childhood. Now, thank God I had teachers who told me otherwise. But anyway, I believe that if our black youngsters had some perception of their history, I think things would be different. I believe they'd be more highly motivated. Now, the father of black history came from this area, from my county. His name was Dr. Carter G. Woodson. And that was his perception back in 1912. And he made a statement that I'll always remember. And that was that in order for you to know where you are going or where you can go, you first of all got to know where you are. And you can't know where you are until you know where you've been. And once you find out where you've been, know where you are, then you can chart your course to where you can go. But see, we don't, as blacks, we don't, as a people, we don't know where we have been. Consequently, we don't know where we are. And so many of us don't know where we can go.
Pause if you don't mind.
The difference.
You know what's heavy is that our people think that our history started in slavery.
Right.
So he's right about that. We don't know what we are, what we've been through. We thought we was some slaves. We don't understand who we are. Mm-hmm. We think we African Americans when, we the chosen people of the Most High God.
Heavy point.
So even though he doesn't understand who we are and what we are, he sees the concept.
And this is this is right to the foundation of how we're acting today.
Damn right.
We come out of slavery and we're like, okay, now we got a little freedom. The chains off just a little bit. During slavery, on let's stick to just on this topic.
I'm about to say, can you define a little slavery? A little freedom?
We'll call it chattel slavery.
Yeah, okay.
So during chattel slavery, on topic, we're not allowed to quote unquote legally marry.
Mm-hmm. Ooh wee.
And why can't we legally marry? Because we're just seen as chattel.
Cats and dogs and cows,
they don't
can't marry.
And that's
you ever see a cat with a dog with a marriage license?
Okay.
What about a bull?
Right.
Bulls don't get marriage license.
Okay.
And I'll leave it at that.
And where do we get this idea is our oppressors' history. They taught us who we are and where we come from. And if they teach us that the beginning of our history starts in slavery, then that's who we are. I guess we were chattel slaves, and then we were emancipated in 1865, and now we're, 3/5 of a human?
Goddamn.
And, one day we got a little more rights and a little more rights, and now in 2026 we can vote. We're all equal.
I gotta tell you something, sir. Let me tell you what I heard at work today. If you don't mind.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I'm at work today, and they sent one of the Edomite engineers over to Germany and Italy to get some information about a machine. He had to do a runoff. Right? When we being an engineer, we do runoffs of different type of machinery in order to approve this machinery and then bring it back to the states, and then we'll set it up into our plant or one of our plants, and we're running from there, right? So they sent one of the Edomite engineers over there, and he was saying that how great it was with the history of Germany and Italy, because they had houses and homes that was built in the 11th, 12th, 1300s, right? And they were saying how amazing it was, because right now they're in a country that was, ain't 200, 300 years old.
Right.
And they were saying how these houses were so much older than their country. But we know our brothers and sisters was over here, so-called Native Americans was over here years and years and years before that. They don't even recognize our people, right? And they don't give a shit because they don't even recognize our people being here. And you know what I did? I got up, walked out of the meeting, went and got me some water, and went to the bathroom because I didn't want to say anything, because that was a touchy ass subject to me, because I like you don't understand what the fuck y'all did to my people. Right? But I can't say that in the corporate environment.
Yep.
Like, hold on. America is not America. This was a land way before you guys came over here and invaded it. You see, I hold my discipline.
Yeah, no, it's so spot on, and
that's why I miss my Saturdays. I miss my camp speaking.
Oh, it's coming.
Y'all brothers, hey, look, y'all brothers get to camp. Go to fucking camp, because when you can't go to camp, I'm 3.5 hours away from the nearest people that's going to camp. 3.5 hours. I'm on the phone with Captain Hawk. I'm on the phone with Captain 3.5 hours from him. I ain't washed my boots from Passover.
Yeah, a lot of brothers have it.
I ain't clean my boots from Passover. When I get a boot kiss, you gonna get some Passover horse shit on my shit.
And that's so righteous. You know what I mean?
Sir, I'm fired up.
Yep. I wanted to, on that topic, I did want to get into a little history of, how our indigenous brothers treated marriage before colonization.
Please.
Because, well, I'm not going to tonight, but I'm just, just giving some small things. Like it was all about community. Because we had our indigenous brothers had polygamous marriages.
Yes, they did.
You know what I mean? Before colonization coming over here. And, though they say, historically, they say it wasn't that, what do you call it? They say it wasn't that big. It says that they were doing it. And this wasn't something that was frowned upon. This was just...
You want me to go to Book Isaiah?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
What do you want me to do? You want me to start at 3? You want me to start at 4?
I think it's 4. You can get right into 4.
It's 4 and 1, what you're looking for, but at the same time, is if the prequel to it is like 3 and 16.
Yeah, if you want to bring that up,
I would love to, sir.
And and again, this is so important because for the black man, we want to look at being brought to America as our starting point for our culture. When we have to understand, that is the starting point of everything in us being erased.
Damn right.
You know what I mean?
Damn right, sir. If I may,
Yeah, go ahead.
this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 3, and verse 16. Moreover, the Lord saith, because the daughters of Zion are haughty and walk with stretched forth necks and one-time eyes, walking with menacing as they go,
Hmm.
and making a tingling with their feet.
Hmm.
Verse 17, therefore the Lord will smite with a scab the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion. If I may, sir, that's why they ain't got no edges.
Yeah, I know that's where you're going.
That's why they ain't got no edges right there, goddamn.
Like you followed Cave Becky in the feminist movement, thinking that you're now going to, be the god of the household. That you're now going to be, the leader of the household. You know what I mean? And you followed that and you lost all your damn hair. You know what I mean? You followed that and continued the destruction of our
So
household.
you trying to say that the Lord made them some bald head hoes?
God,
Oh, wait. The Lord made you bald headed, not me.
God.
Say,
And
and
imagine Salakia and imagine what, where you go to get those wigs. Like you look up, how those wigs are manufactured. You have East Indians going inside of sewage, down your drain, your toilet drain, your shower drain, your sink drain.
your hair is made of shit.
Your hair is made of shit. Like that. That's where that wig comes from, and that's what you put on your head because you weren't taught how to act right.
They got a dookie wig because they don't want to act right. They don't want to follow these laws, statutes, and commandments. So you get to wear the dookie wig.
And that's just a part of our destruction. You know what I mean? Let me get I'm gonna drop this video. Like that.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, he made the point in that. But I want to bring up some statistics just to give us like a foundation for what the black household looks like today.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's this one here. Yeah. So this is from heritage.org, the Black Family Blueprint. It says, I really just want to jump down, but it says over 60 years after its release, the Monahan Report, which if we have time we'll read what that is, remains the most consequential and controversial analysis of the black family in America history. One explanation for its continued relevance is how accurately it predicted the breakdown of the traditional family structure. While the report was focused on the Negro family at the time, the issue it raised related to the relationships dynamics between men and women, welfare, employment, education, and urbanization help explain why American families of every back of every back black Slovakia, why American families of every background look drastically different today than they did decades ago.
Mm.
And what what is he speaking on when he says what the black household looked like decades ago is you got to picture this scenario. Okay, we come out of chattel slavery. We can now legally get married.
Mm-hmm.
And as we legally get married, our family unit is strong because when we were in chattel slavery, I forget the term that they called. I think it's something like I think they called it married till death do you part,
Yes,
or
sir.
until um, death do you buck. I think that was the term. Married till death do you part, or married till death do you buck. And what that meant during that chattel slavery time was you were with that black man and that black woman forever.
Damn right.
Unless you died, you were killed, or until you buck, which meant that slave master found out that you were together. Now that you came out of chattel slavery,
If I may, sir.
yeah, go ahead.
So you know what I'm gonna bring up, right?
Go ahead.
The movie Django.
Right.
The you'll never watch. You know, y'all gotta understand, if y'all watch our classes and stuff like that, I bring up the movie Django in every class because bottom line, he ain't watched the movie.
Okay, you know, I'm It's like it. I've seen it. It was just a long ass time ago.
No, you gotta see it again. Django, a movie I watch every day. He don't care too much about it. But we got some people in the chat, sir. You wanna shout them out real quick?
Yes, yeah, I'll run that down. We got for water for that. UPK La Prionetta. All right, checking in. Sister Kalaya Quar, Carolyn Radsville, Maria, Tawan Williams, and Aisha Banaf.
Tawanda Williams.
Oh, Slaki, Tawanda. Oh, I thought it said Ta and. That's why I didn't pronounce it properly.
No. That's my grandma Ohio.
Slaki, Tawanda, what's going on, sis? Don't mean no disrespect, Slaki, if I offended you. Yahweh Shamar Lachab Hashim Yahushai. All right, the water, everybody for tuning in. You were saying something, Mahaba?
If y'all got any questions, ask your questions. We're gonna answer every question you got. Please like, share, and subscribe to the class. Ask any questions, get the algorithm up, y'all. This is what we're gonna do. Now, since I digress, what you gotta understand is read, if I may, sir.
Yep.
That last line that you read.
Can
you run it back over?
It had said the relationship. Yeah, I got you. The relationship dynamic between men and women, welfare, employment, education, and urbanization help explain why American families of every background look drastically different than today than they did decades ago.
So understand, decades ago, the government didn't have no money to help you out. Think about in the Great Depression. Think about black men when you came out of slavery in 1868, whatever it was. The government ain't give you no money to help you out. So what you have to do, you have to, what they call it, get it out the mud.
Right, that's right.
You had to get it out the mud. You know why? Because the perpetual hatred that Esau had for your black ass wasn't allowing you to get some help. So you had to get it on your own.
Right. Salaki, if I could, Salaki.
Please.
What you're saying is so heavy. And I need everybody to understand this point. When you came out of chattel slavery, you had to survive. And in order to survive, you couldn't throw your black sister away.
Mm-mm.
You can't throw your husband away. You had to work together. And that's the start of a nation. It begins with family, where a man and a woman come together, they work together, and they build something.
If I may, sir.
Yes, like it. Keep going.
It's so heavy that the scriptures say, come together, O nation, is not desired. Right? They're telling you to come to the scripture. The Most High God is letting you know you got to come together in order for you to survive.
That's right.
Right? We cannot, a black man and a black household cannot survive without the black man and the black woman working together.
Yeah.
Cannot survive at all. Right? So we have to come together. We, the nation, does not desire. And when I say black man, I mean black, Native American, Hispanic. Understand, you got to come together. Hispanic man, you can't survive without your Hispanic woman.
That's right.
You can't. Native American woman, you can't survive without your Native American man.
That's right.
You cannot. Because Esau is looking to devour you.
Mm-hmm.
Esau is looking to devour you. And once Esau devours you, your daughter's going to be doing what? Your daughter's is going to be twerking at the red light, at the headlight. What the song say? Twerking at the headlight on the red light, whatever the fuck it's say. Right? Your daughter's is going to be influenced by Megan Thee Stallion.
Mm-hmm.
And what's funny about Megan Thee Stallion is that Megan is a girl named the Stallion. A stallion is a male horse.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Your daughter's gonna be influenced by what's her name? Cardi B. As soon as Esau getting your daughter head, Cardi B, Sexy Red. Sexy Red got a line of makeup, a lip gloss that's named after STDs.
God damn.
Nasty bitch.
And none of this, like everything you bringing up, none of this, what's the word, contributes to the black household.
Damn right.
Like we want to be so focused on some, I can't even remember the names of her lip glosses, you know what I mean? But like we want to be so focused on what our lip gloss looks like, you know, over what our family looks like. You know what I mean? Like we've been taught to be focused on, you know, such vain ideologies, such vain concepts. And we focus on that over the bigger picture.
Mm-hmm.
Over the bigger picture in which, you know, I can't have a family unless I have a sister.
Mm-hmm.
And in order to have that family, it's like I can't raise children without a sister.
You cannot.
I need this woman. I need her nurturing. You know what I mean? I need her intelligence. I need her hard working skills that she has. The ability to go and get 20 degrees, bring in all the money, all her intelligence, her nurturing towards making sure everybody is fed and clothed.
Oh, you know what you're talking about, sir?
Go ahead.
You trying to go to Proverbs 31, ain't you?
Well, that's the purpose of a sister.
Would you like for me to pull it?
Go ahead. I think
if you would like for me to pull it, sir, I would. You want me to pull it now?
Just bring up the verse where it says she buyeth land.
She buyeth the land. That's
I think it's around 13.
Proverbs, that's 31. And
just start at verse 14. You can read a couple.
Hey, guess where I'm at right now?
Oh, is it for? I know it's around.
14, that's what I was going to say. Let me start. This is Proverbs 31 and verse 14. She is like the merchant ship, right? She bringeth her food from afar. She rises also while it is yet night, and giveth meat to her household.
Like we got the hardest working sisters this earth could ever see.
Damn right.
And imagine you use that skill, you know what I mean, for the betterment of your family. Instead of sitting here saying, my money's my money and your money's my money. I saw the most disgusting video yesterday. This sister divorced her husband, because he lost his job.
Oh, that's happened to me before.
Man, and what this demon said, and I'm gonna call her a demon. This demon said her husband couldn't find a job within a month. And
Ooh,
because he was off of work for a month, he asked her, "Can you pay the bills this month?" She divorced him, Mahabwa. How does that help build your family?
it doesn't.
How does that benefit your children?
It doesn't.
And she said, "I go to work and my money's my money. I'm not paying any bills." This is
She
what
said, look what she said. If
this is
she
what
had her own
society
place,
taught us.
she'd pay bills.
That's right. She got divorced, and guess what she did? She paid
Pay
bills.
bills. She got divorced to pay bills. Dumbass.
Man,
Dumbass. You got
see,
divorced to pay bills. You
see,
should have stayed with him.
God,
You should have stayed with him, and at least you would have paid half the bills. Dumbass.
God.
Right? It's our sisters, and I don't just want to put. Hey, sir, hold on. Give me a second.
Yeah, no sweat. You know what I mean? And continuing to Habawan's point, it's not just our sisters. This is just what society has taught the black household. We're kind of speaking on the feminist movement and how our sisters follow this feminist movement and the ideologies of the white woman, the things that she wanted, the things that she fought for. And we follow that, and we see the destruction of our people today. Right? I shut up my Nisha. All right, y'all Shema thought about Shemel Shah. And so, just bringing it back to the point, we got to understand that we followed our oppressor's culture because we didn't know our own culture. We come out of chattel slavery, and as soon as we come out of chattel slavery, our marriages are beautiful. We recognize that we need each other. We need each other to survive. And that's exactly what happened with our households. They survived. I'm going to keep reading on this article. It says, the evidence is that the Negro family in the urban ghettos is crumbling. A middle-class group has managed to save itself, but for vast numbers of the unskilled, poorly educated city working class, the fabric of conventional social relationships has all but disintegrated. So long as this situation persists, the cycle of poverty and disadvantage will continue to repeat itself. So now imagine that. 1865, our families are doing amazing. And then over time, we see that, what did it say? The conventional social relationships has all but disintegrated.
But what is the conventional social relationship?
Mm.
Right? The conventional social relationship is of Esau. And you understand that Esau don't know how to have a conventional social relationship. Think about what this conventional social relationship is, right? Epstein Island,
Ooh, we
right?
we
You see what I'm saying? That's his conventional social relationship.
yeah, this class, I will be remiss. We will not. I refuse to end this class before we get into some of Esau's conventional social relationships. And it's again, these people, man, there's so many videos of Habuan. I remember watching the Bluest Eye sisters, one of them I always remember. And I'm watching this black sister break down and cry, saying, how could she watch, another European mother set a school bus on fire of children going to school. And this black woman could not understand how a mother could do something so heinous. She couldn't understand it. And this is what they did to us. And these are the people that we follow.
If I may, sir,
Go ahead.
I remember having a dog, right? I remember having a dog when I was younger. And I was probably about 12, 13 years old. I had a dog. And this dog, whenever it was a female dog, and every time it would have puppies, it would kill them. It would chew them up.
Right.
And I couldn't understand why this dog does that. Right? So we had two female dogs, two male dogs. And every time one of the female dogs got pregnant, it would chew up the puppies.
Damn.
Right? That's that she devil. She gonna chew up the puppies.
Yeah.
Right? It wasn't because she was hungry. It wasn't because she needed, nourishment or anything like that. It was just because what I ended up figuring out, the bitch ain't want no puppies. And that's what you're seeing nowadays. Some of these bitches just don't want no puppies.
You said it in a kind way. I was gonna continue that thought. Because she is an animal.
Please say it.
Cave Becky, and that's exactly what Christ called it. Is it not meat to give the food first to the dogs? I'm paraphrasing in the book of Matthew. He called that white woman a dog, an animal, a beast. That's how they behave. That's what a parable is. A parable, a simile. You're using something to describe her nature. Everybody want to be Christian so bad, say they love Jesus and the Bible. Christ called a white woman a dog. That's what he compared her to. Because that's how she acts. That's how she behaves. Why would you learn how to treat your husband, treat your kids from this woman? Go ahead.
First thing I ask a Christian is, do you follow the Bible? Now, I get some Christians that tell me the truth, and they say no.
Mm-hmm.
They say no. But for the ones that lie, I started to pull out scriptures. Like, I go to Leviticus 23 for them, or I go to Ephesians 5 and 22.
Right.
I go to those type of scriptures because I want to know, depending on if it's a male or a woman, if you truly follow the Bible. And those scriptures let you know they don't.
Mm-hmm.
They don't, and they'll tell them they won't. Right? You got certain women that don't understand that they are under the rulership of their husband, are under the protection of their husband. And just because you're under the protection of your husband, it doesn't mean that you're a slave. Mm-hmm. Understand that your husband's umbrella is only so big. And if you want to keep the rain off of you, you have to stay up under his umbrella. Mm-hmm. I was watching the Captain Adariala and Officer LeBon on a podcast the other day. Mm-hmm. And LeBon made a great point that I try to bring out sometimes, but he brought it out better than I could ever bring it out. Okay. He had his cup, and he passed this cup around, and he told him, he said, everybody, all the brothers passed the cup, came back to him, and he drank out his cup again. And he say, you see with me passing this cup around, and you brothers touched it, and I drank out my cup. Yeah. And what he was breaking down is that there was no impurities inside the cup. And then you say, all right, you niggas stick your finger in this cup.
Yeah, that was wild.
That was wild. I was like, ooh.
Ain't nobody touching that.
I don't know where these niggas' fingers been at.
Yeah.
And what was so heavy about that is like, that's why women shouldn't have multiple men and penetrating them. And I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, that let me stay on that point because again, our sisters believe that, for example, polygamy, on the topic of marriage, sisters think that something's wrong with a man, having multiple women. Why do you believe that? Because your oppressor taught you that. That's what the white man taught you. You didn't get that from your own culture. You were brought over here, you were enslaved, stripped of your culture, your name, your identity. You weren't even allowed to get married. It was illegal. Now you get a little freedom in 1865. And what? Do you follow your oppressor's culture? Is that what you do? Or do you go back to your culture? Or do you follow the Asians' culture or the Muslims' culture? Like where do you go? Following your oppressor's culture is absolute insanity. Because we've seen all the abuse that he's done to you. You're going to follow his way of life? This man has proven to be the most diabolical, evil bastard to ever walk the face of the earth. And that's the culture you're going to follow? You've lost your mind. And I don't want to, sit here and beat up the sisters. Like you brothers, a lot of you brothers who, you want to have multiple wives. You don't even know the purpose of a woman. You're not in a position to lead because you're following your oppressor's culture. What does your oppressor do? Your oppressor sees a 10-year-old girl with some titties and he is going to sleep with her. That's what your oppressor does. We're going to get into that history. I refuse to end this class before we get into that, Honorable. You brothers following your oppressor on how to be a man, man, you are just as simple as our sisters. That brother that we were watching that video earlier, kind of laughing and, we gave our children, over and taught them how to integrate into their society. You know how bad of a leader you are? You didn't protect your family. You didn't protect your kids, your loved ones. You gave over a sheep to a wolf to be devoured, literally. You should have never integrated with these people. I can understand a lot of sisters who say, I don't want to follow my man. But your man's a bad leader. And we've shown why. Like we have to stop following our oppressor's culture. All of us. Men, women, all of us.
Hey, sir, if I may.
Yeah, go ahead.
What a lot of men and women don't understand is that in Matthew 25, Christ compared the kingdom of heaven to a man having his choice between 10 women and only choosing 5.
Right.
Right? So, why would Christ compare the kingdom of heaven to something that's sinful?
Yeah, he would not.
Think about it. Christ is not going to compare the kingdom of heaven to something that's sinful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a heavy point. And let me read so I can move on from this article. Let me read the statistics to understand why that's such an important point. This is where's the statistic? It says the reality is the black family is more fractured today than in 1965. Despite gains in civil rights, education, economic power, and political representation, in 1959, the poverty rate for blacks was about 55%. Despite those challenging economic circumstances, more than 75% of black children were born to married parents. Now, think about this. 1959, children are being raised in two-parent households. 75%, said more than 75%. Look up you can look up the statistics on divorce rates and how terrible, of a decline we've had since 1959.
51%.
Mm. It is terrible. I remember speaking to a brother. It was like 10 years ago, and he said he was with. I always remember this because I didn't understand this in the world, and I remember this brother. He called it dating. He was dating this sister for 15 years, and somebody asked him, "Why won't you get married?" And he said, "Because according to statistics, the minute I sign this piece of paper, there's a chance that I'm going to lose her." He was with this sister for 15 years. They ain't got no problems. But society teaches us. What's Beyonce? Beyonce say, if you like it or if you love it, you got to put a ring on it.
If you like it, then you should have put a ring on it.
If you liked it, you should have put a ring on it. Meaning, if you wanted to keep me, you should have got me the ring. Do you know how many brothers have I'll call them relationships, successful and beautiful relationships without ever signing a piece of paper, without ever putting a ring on a woman's finger? Do you know how healthy the children are being raised? And this is something that always bothers me about relationships, is we always fucking talk about the man and the woman. What about the goddamn kids?
Damn right.
We're always so focused on, well, you love me so much, you should have gave me a ring. What about your children?
If you love me, you should. If you love the kids, you should have stayed with them. Right?
God.
Like, if you love these kids, stay with their mama or stay with their father.
God.
Because we're not pulling up statistics to tell you what 1 in 4 stepfathers do.
Yeah, good night. All the molestation that happens from a stepfather being in the house of, being in the house of your child's life every day. Man, I remember hearing. I won't get too deep on this. I remember my family member telling their daughter to be careful around this man. Why the fuck did you bring him in the house? If you knew he was gonna do so and so to your daughter. Like the selfishness.
Not even that. Why didn't you stay with my daddy?
Man. Yeah, I ain't even get, but that almost, some things get me a little emotional. That one is a good memory for me because, the leadership and the danger that we put our children in. when we leave our husband, when we throw away our women. There's so much destruction that happens. I'm going to finish this statistic. It says by 2023, the poverty rate decreased to 18%, but the non marital birth rate increased to 69%. 69%. We went from 75% of our children being raised in two-parent households, to 2023, 70% of our children are not being raised, you know, by their in two-parent households. 70% of our children. That's how many of our children are affected.
Mm.
I'm gonna drop that there because again, and this might be for another class, but you look up the what plagues our children from divorce, from being raised in majority, according to statistics, single mother households.
Uh-huh.
All these children are being raised addicted to drugs, alcoholics, mental health issues, number one in suicide rates, number one in joining gangs, number one in prison systems. This is all happening under the destruction of our household.
Yes, sir.
Um, Let me get into. I'm going to share this video.
Mm-hmm.
Well, matter of fact, let me read something quickly, and then I'll share a video because we definitely have to get to the point of some of the traditions on our oppressor.
This might be a part 2, sir.
God. Oh, here we go. I got this here. I'm gonna read something really quick, and then I'll play a little short of the video. This is for anybody who wants to look it up. It's called. I don't even know how to pronounce this. I think it's Greek or Roman or whatever. It's called the Tabulae Nuptialis, which just means marriage contract.
Mm.
And this is should I make it bigger? Oh, Slovakia. This is the marriage contract in Rome because we come into America, North and South Central America, you know what I mean? Or we were already here. We're put in slavery. We're stripped of our culture and our identity. And as a people, all our ancestors, what they're watching is this Roman culture. They're watching their oppressor, how their man and woman, come together, and how they treat each other in a marriage. This is who we watch. You know what I mean? Christ said in John, I think 8:44, "Ye are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father ye will do." Who was our father back then? The Romans. That's who we were watching. And we were following his lifestyle. And Christ came and was checking us on how we were living and acting. Like, why are you acting like these Romans? Why are you acting like these devils, these heathen? And he said, the lusts of your father ye will do. These are a very lustful people. You wonder why our sisters today are walking around half naked? Because us brothers, we learned from our oppressor to say all we use women for is as sex objects. That's their only purpose. We want to sleep with them. When we're done with them, throw them away, and that's it. we're following the lusts of our father. We're following the lusts of our oppressor. That slave owner, that demon, when he saw a woman 13 years old who looked attractive, he's going to sleep with her. That's his lusts. Scriptures call him a fornicator.
If I may, sir,
Sexual deviant. Go ahead.
you know what's so sick about that? Most 13-year-old girls look like 13-year-old boys. That's why the boys and the girls ain't safe.
Look, he is sexual deviant. You look up who's sleeping with animals today, that is your oppressor. Who is sexually assaulting underage women, that is your oppressor.
Yeah.
That's what he does. You want to look up who the original, LGBTQ man is, that's your oppressor. He is a deviant. He has always been a sexual deviant, and he didn't hide it. You don't hide it.
Sir?
Go ahead.
Sodom and Gomorrah.
Mm-hmm.
Where were they located?
Sodom and Gomorrah was near the Middle East.
In the Middle East, right? So, even before Sodom and Gomorrah, we've heard about homosexuality in the Bible. So, our oppressor follows, what is it? Egyptology.
Yeah.
Right? A combination between Egyptology and, this Roman Catholic stuff and all that. So that's what our oppressor follows.
Yeah.
So they follow the ways of homosexuality and things like that. So what's so heavy is that Captain Tazariot, when him and Polite was battling, and he brought that picture about one of them gods that Polite worship having some penis aim at his face.
Mm.
And he asked him, "Is this gay?" Right? And Polite really couldn't say no, but he couldn't say yes either.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Right? And we have to understand that everything that we get to go against our God, go against these laws, statutes, and commandments, come from those who oppressed us.
Okay.
Now, what we don't understand is we've been oppressed by a certain people for so long that the Lord is saying that these people these people can't ever receive salvation. They won't. He's going to wipe them off the earth because these people oppressed us for so long.
Okay.
And they never stopped because these people had perpetual hatred towards us and it never stopped. That these people are damaging our people, us, and they won't stop.
Mm-hmm.
So the Lord understands that as long as he keeps these people on this around us, they're going to do what it takes to destroy us. So in order for us or our people not to be destroyed, that's what he's going to do.
Okay.
He's going to remove this individual from the earth that's hurting his chosen people.
Damn right.
And that right there, ooh-wee.
That's the only way we will be safe.
Damn right.
Let me read through this quickly. So this was the marriage contract in Rome. Okay, it says these tabulae nuptiales, they were signed, witnessed, written agreements in ancient Rome, used primarily to document the dowry.
Is that supposed to be nuptials?
A what?
Nuptials? Is that supposed to be nuptials? Like, you know how you make your nuptials when you get married?
Yeah, you could call it that. Huh.
Damn.
Yeah, it's part of that contract. Yep, absolutely. And that was the point of signing this. It says its constitution, management, and restitution if the marriage ended. That's why that was the primary reason for this marriage certificate. We got to understand that 2026, because this is where that marriage certificate comes from. This is what we believe marriage is today as a people. Why? Because we follow white culture. We're following the Romans. This piece of paper, it was for its dowry, constitution, management, and restitution if the marriage ended. What did Christ say? From the beginning, it wasn't supposed to be like this. Christ taught us that marriage is supposed to be forever.
Forever.
It's not supposed to end. There is no ending to marriage. We take on Roman culture and we, right off the bat, jump into something, signing a piece of paper to protect us if things don't work out.
You know what's heavy, sir?
Go ahead.
If you work to make the marriage work, there's no if it don't work out.
God.
There's no if. It's okay, baby. Let's get through this.
Right.
There's no if it don't work out. That's why the brothers in the UPK they so mighty, because they do whatever it takes to stay with their wife.
God.
You won't get that nowhere else outside. You won't get that in the Christian church, right? You won't get that in Jehovah's Witness or Christianity or Catholicism. You know, the purple goers. I try not to call them, you know. I try not to call them.
You went on mute.
True. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
So, like I was saying, you won't get that with the purple. Try not to call them. The purple girls. You won't get that with them, right? Because they really don't like women anyway.
Yeah.
But if you want a man that likes, loves, and appreciates a woman, sister, come right here to the ISUPK.
Okay.
Come to the ISUPK.
Okay.
Let me ask you something, sir.
Go ahead.
We was talking earlier, right? So now I'm not going to put your business out, but these men in the ISUPK, how can I say this? They love a woman.
Yeah.
Right. I tell me personally. I tell them I'm addicted to you. I'm addicted to you. You got a certain type of crack that I'm addicted to. Yes, I can be considered a crackhead, and that's just me. I ain't gonna put your business out there. I'm gonna put mine out there. I might be a crackhead, but it's your crack, baby. But at the same time, I have to show you, teach you, lead you, protect you, and guide you.
Yeah.
I can't just have you out here doing nothing.
Yeah.
Willy-nilly. What they call it? Willy-nilly? No, I can't have you doing that. Slocky, so I digress.
God. No, it's like we imagine if we put loyalty as our foundation to a marriage.
Damn right.
Over getting a ring or signing a piece of paper. Then it's like, okay, wait a minute. If we're going to be in each other's lives forever, forever, what things can I accomplish with this person? maybe I could have some children. Boy,
Maybe I could build a house.
I could build a house. I could build a family.
Oh, what if you build an empire? Oh my God, no. Who's to say you guys don't build an empire?
Mm. And that's, we think that, okay, we want to get married and sign that piece of paper because this is who I've decided I want to be with for the rest of my life.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously you value loyalty. Clearly you value, what's the word? Stability.
Yes, sir.
You value these things. Well, if you value it so much, then you should put loyalty as the most important thing that you're looking for. One of the most important things.
Should be.
Loyalty over a piece of paper. Because this piece of paper, according to Roman tradition, it's there to protect you if it ends. It's not meant for you to be together forever.
What is something that doesn't end? Does the sun have a contract with the earth?
God,
Right? Does the moon have a contract with the sun? No.
you imagine that?
Imagine if the moon, like, look, I ain't going nowhere. I'm gonna block the sun out sometimes so the moon can get it, like, so the earth not get no light there now and then. But I got you, right? It doesn't have to do that,
Right.
right? So if the sun doesn't have a contract with the earth, why? And it's forever.
Mm.
And marriage, think about this in the Christian church, when you get married. Now, and the only reason why I know this because I've done this stupid shit before. It's a contract, and in that contract it says, "Till death do you part."
Okay.
But if 51% of marriages end in divorce, how is anybody in there to death? Because they still alive.
Mm-hmm.
They still alive. So should you kill me or I kill you if we get a divorce? No. No, you should not. But at the same time, is if you promise to do this till death do we part, why are we departing?
Mm-hmm.
We're departing because your feelings are hurt.
Okay.
We're departing because my feelings are hurt. That's why we're departing. And the Bible, I mean, not the Bible, but your vows doesn't say anything about your goddamn feelings. It don't say nothing about it. It says sickness and health. Am I sick? Are you healthy?
Mm-hmm.
It say richer and poor. These are the vows that individuals state when they go out and they sign these marriage contracts. It says sickness and health.
Right.
Am I sick? Are you healthy? Or it say richer and poor. And then it say till death do us part. Bitch, I'm alive.
Good.
You alive? I'm alive. What's the next step? Let's see. Let's make it work.
Mm.
Let's make it work. And if we can't make it work, right, then let's make it work.
Mm-hmm.
And the problem with that is we're afraid to put in work. Think about the things we put in work for. You niggas, you street niggas, y'all know what putting in work is. Y'all know what putting in work is. Y'all put in work every day in these streets. Why you can't put in the work in the marriage with your wife?
Mm-hmm.
Right? You corporate guys, you corporate individuals, you corporate sisters, y'all know what putting in work is.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all put in work for master. Y'all put in work for the oppressor. Why won't you put in work for your husband? Why won't you put in work for your wife to keep this marriage together so these kids don't have to grow up without their mama and without their dad?
Okay.
Why you can't put in work for the kids?
Let me add in a thought.
Please.
For brothers and sisters, you go to work every day, and you put in work in making sure that you present yourself in a certain way on the job. You could you imagine if you You showed up like that for your household? Every day you wake up and say, okay, I got to make sure I'm smiling. I got to make sure I smell good. Got to make sure I'm bathed and looking proper. I got to make sure I speak a certain way.
Yes,
I
sir.
got to make sure I carry myself in a certain way.
You ain't going there smelling like monkey nuts.
Right? My name matters. How they view me matters. How I conduct myself matters, because I can't lose this job.
Damn.
Imagine if you
What a
thought,
bomb. What a bomb button at? What a bomb.
right?
What's that? Captain Tazari, I got one. He hit the button and boom.
Man, imagine if you had the idea in your brain that, man, I can't lose this sister. Damn, I cannot lose this man.
And you know what's so heavy about that, sir?
Go ahead.
The brothers in the ISUBK, that's how they view their wives. I can't lose her.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot lose her. Now, if she run off, bad bitch. But
Mm-hmm.
I can't lose her. And she has to understand that she can't lose me.
Okay.
And then when you get the mentality that both sides of the spectrum understand that we can't lose one another, regardless of what goes on outside of us.
Right.
Right? Then you ever hear of chemicals bond? Certain chemicals bond. C4 has a collision bond, and when it has a bond, is that once it bond, it doesn't break up.
Right.
That's why it becomes so explosive, right? So now this bond, when it's bonded 4 times, and when you break that bond, it destroys every goddamn thing around it.
Okay.
And that's how the bond has to be between a woman and her husband, a husband and his woman. Because if something breaks that bond, it explodes and destroys every fucking thing around it.
Okay.
So
heavy.
shouldn't nobody be able to come between you and your rib?
Mm-hmm. That's what the Bible
Social media, Facebook, what's all this shit? TikTok and TokTik and this thing and that thing and Instagram. No, that shit can't, because if it comes between us, we're gonna destroy it. And with us destroying it, guess what? Now we destroyed, now we together.
Right.
Because if it breaks us up, now the family falls apart. And then there is no representation of how a family should be.
Okay. If I could, I would want to grab Matthew 19 and verse 6.
Oh yeah, I was already on Matthew 25. Matthew 19 and verse 6, sir.
19 and 6. Okay.
This is Matthew chapter 19 and verse 6. Who for they are no more twain, but one flesh. What therefore, go ahead, sir.
Therefore, go ahead.
What therefore God has joined together, let no man put asunder. Oh my God, sir. I'm glad you brought this scripture, if I may.
Yeah, go ahead.
This scripture is read at the end of every marriage ceremony in the church.
Damn.
What God has put together, because every Christian marriage believes that the Most High God has put them together. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So what every Christian marriage believes that God has put them together, it says what God has put together, let no man put asunder. And what they have to understand is that no man or no woe man.
God, yeah. God.
No man or no woman should be able to break this bond, break this marriage up. Right? So that means that even when you are what they call that, irreconcilable differences.
Reconcile those differences.
Irreconcilable. You can reconcile this. You choose not to.
Okay.
I only use that because that's what the words that was used to me in court.
That's heavy.
But
Let
Slocky,
me,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah, let me read this definition.
Mm-hmm.
Asunder is a literary or old-fashioned adverb meaning into separate parts, pieces, or violently apart. It commonly describes forceful destruction or separation,
Mm-hmm.
such as tearing, ripping, or splitting something in two.
Mm.
That like that is one of the most valuable things we could have. Not this white man's marriage certificate.
If I may, sir,
Yeah, go ahead.
and I'm gonna say this. What's so heavy is that the divorce decree was created before the marriage certificate.
That's right.
The divorce decree was created before the marriage certificate because Moses said, a matter of fact, if we read the next, it says, they say unto him, why did Moses then command to give a writing of divorce and put them away? Think about what Moses was. Moses allowed them to do divorces and give a decree for this divorce way before you got a marriage license.
If I could add,
Please.
Moses said he said this because of the hardness of your hearts.
Yes, sir.
Meaning you guys are because you guys refuse to reconcile.
In reconciliation differences.
Moses is like, I don't know what to do with you. Let me try to stop you guys from killing each other.
That's what he said. Moses said, to keep you from killing each other, because y'all gonna kill each other, y'all can stay in this house together. Think about the scriptures that say it's better for a man to live on the corner of a rooftop than in a house with a brawling woman.
Right.
It says it's better for a man to live with a dragon and a lion than in a house with a certain type of woman. Do you know what the hell a dragon and a goddamn lion will do to you? Nigga?
Yeah. and let me tell you, let me put everybody on game because I don't know why this is so hard for everybody to understand. It is better that you as a sister not to be a dragon.
Damn right.
It is better.
Or a lion.
That's what I was just about to say. And it's better for you, black man, not to be a lion.
Damn right. It's
better to act a certain way so that we can be together forever. You know what I mean? Let me just for time's sake, let me finish this really quick and get into that video.
All right.
This is so we were just finishing on the marriage contracts. This is in ancient Rome. It said the marriage contract was primarily used to document the dowry, its constitution, management, and restitution if the marriage ended. They served as a formal legal record of the union's financial and social terms, often representing an arranged business alliance rather than a mandatory marriage.
If I may, sir.
Go ahead.
So the marriage license, according to these nuptials, the marriage license is only there if the marriage ends.
God.
Right? So if you get into this marriage knowing that, all right, we're going to be here together, you don't need a contract.
That's right.
Right? Every marriage in the UPK is forever. We don't need no marriage contract. You know why? Because my wives know I ain't leaving them. It's not. You can get mad at me if you want. Shut up. Come here, baby. Give me a kiss.
Yeah.
Come on, baby. Give me a kiss. Give me a hug. Go on, cook something. I love you. Because I'm not leaving you.
Yeah.
Smack her on her booty and send her on about her way. And guess what she gonna do? She'll be pissed off today. She'll be all right tomorrow.
God.
She'll be all right tomorrow.
Look, let me tell you something about forever. Forever means someday you might not. Some days you might not like each other.
Mm-hmm.
That's what forever means.
Yes, sir.
Think of how long, even though you as a sister, your mother, your mother knows that you were molested by your stepfather.
Damn right.
And
Damn right.
you're still in your mother's life.
You still love your mama.
You still love your mama.
And she's still with your stepfather.
Because you view her as family. You know what I mean? Now, of course, I would rather that nobody offend each other.
Damn right.
It is better for you not to offend one another. You know what I mean? But offenses do come. And if you offend your wife, if you offend your husband, just apologize. Make it right. If it's a bad offense, make it right with that brother. Make it right with that sister so that you can move forward. You know what I mean? Don't bear grudges against each other. That you're now 10 years in and you can't stand what this nigga did 10 years ago to you. You know what I mean? That's not gonna give you a healthy marriage. You know what I mean? You gotta forgive. How many times? 70 times 7. Meaning
77 times 7.
77 times 7, meaning, an infinite amount of times.
Damn right.
You forgive over and over and over. Why? Because this is a lifetime. And you learn to be kind to one another. Learn not to be selfish. Focus on yourself, how you carry yourself.
Damn right.
You don't gotta sit there and point the finger and say, oh, he don't do this and she don't do that. Well, nigga, what are you doing? You know what I mean? Don't be that dragon. Don't be that lion in the house. Let me I wanted to share this to get into, you know what I mean, some of the it's just we're not gonna have enough time for this.
I told you, sir. We talk about this every week.
Yeah,
part twos.
That's the same thing. Yeah, you know what? We definitely got to do part twos. You know what I mean? Because I wanted to, again, get into the culture of, these Romans that we follow.
Mm-hmm.
Like we integrated into their culture, and we took on their ways of life as if this was somehow good for us. What did statistics show? We just read 70% of children today are growing up without 2-parent households.
Damn right.
So clearly his way of life isn't working. Go ahead.
Now, what we have to understand is that even though 70% of children are not growing up without 2-parent households, the black man is more involved in his children's lives than any other man.
That's right.
Any other man. We can pull that statistic too.
Yep.
They'll tell you, black man, you deadbeats and you this, that, and other thing, but really y'all more involved than anybody else. Mm-hmm. Right? It's designed to break you down. Okay. But let me, we might have to. Let me wait, sir, because I know we ain't got much time. Go ahead, please, sir. Salakia.
All right, no, sir. We'll play some of this video. It's 8:51. We got 10 more minutes. We'll play some of the video, speak on it a bit, and then close up the class.
Come on, sir.
You're dressed in white, your hair arranged with a spear point. Outside, you hear the crowd gathering. Hundreds of strangers, waiting to watch what happens next. Your mother is crying, but you don't know why yet. The man you met once last month is walking toward you, and everyone is smiling like this is normal. In a few hours, you'll understand why she's crying. In a few hours, you'll be carried through the streets while strangers scream obscenities at you. And when you finally arrive at a house you've never seen before, the worst part of the night will begin in the most public room of the home, where everyone can hear what happens next. This isn't fiction. This was a Roman wedding night, and what I'm about to tell you is so disturbing that Rome itself tried to erase it from history. The rituals I'm going to describe were documented by Roman writers, condemned by early Christians, and then mysteriously forgotten, buried, as if an entire civilization collectively decided some traditions were too dark to remember. By the end of this video, you'll understand why modern historians call it state-sanctioned trauma.
I gotta pause there. Like, goddamn. I mean, this is what their own people have to say about their history. You know what I mean? And it's we bring this up so much, and you know, sometimes I wonder if our people are not getting the point. You know what I mean? Like, our oppressor is the devil.
Damn right. If I may, sir,
He is the absolute devil. Go ahead.
I don't give no damns about some little Edomite bitch. I don't. But at the same time, this shit right here should never happen. This is a young girl. She being ripped from her family, and she being taken. And you know what's gonna happen to her? She gonna get SA, and they gonna call it marriage. She get SA, and they gonna call it marriage. I just read some stories, and I want to bring some of them. I'll probably bring them out next week. You got certain Edomite men who are SA and young children, and you know how much time they giving them in jail? They gave one 6 days, and they gave another one 6 months.
Damn.
Right? I get more time for punching somebody in the face than you get from taking the purity from a child. Not only should that man be locked up, that fucking judge that sentenced him should be locked up. The prosecutor should be right behind his ass too, because the prosecutor is the reason why he only got 6 days in jail for taking advantage of this child.
6 days, Ahabawan. I
6 days.
I know 15-year-old brothers when I was growing up who did more time in jail for having a bag of weed.
Hey, look, I did 3 days in jail for somebody lying on me. Think about this. If you do, I did 3 days in jail for somebody lying on me. And when they finally figured out the person was lying, it's like, oh, we're going to let you out. This dude was convicted, right? Guilty. And they gave him 6 days.
Good night.
I hope somebody catch him and talk to him real nicely. Talk to him real nicely. I hope somebody catch him in jail and talk to him nicely. Like, these are some things you shouldn't do. Let us show you.
Let me show you some more things you should never do.
Please.
You'll know about the God whose shrine required one final act of submission, and you'll never look at ancient Rome the same way again. But I need to warn you, this gets significantly darker than you might expect. Let's start with a fact that should make you pause. Under Roman law, a girl could be legally married at 12 years old.
He's like, what I'm about to show you gets significantly darker.
Ooh wee.
As if legally marrying a 12-year-old isn't the darkest thing you could think of.
If I may, sir.
Go ahead.
Keep an eye on California, because they keep lowering the legal age of consent.
That's right. That's right. Like, man, to understand the mind of your oppressor, you'd have to study these people for hundreds of years. And what we actually have is we have like 6,000, 7,000 years documenting this man's history in the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something that people don't realize. That's why it says that the wisdom of this world is foolishness to God. Because this man right here, he's documenting one part in time of Roman history. The Bible has thousands of years of this man's history.
Damn right.
You know what I mean? It gets significantly darker. You know what I mean? And we have the history records of what this man has done. You ever think about when you sit before a judge and they start listing out your crimes? Could you imagine if a judge started sitting down and listing the crimes of Europeans?
You know, and this just the crimes they got caught for. When you get caught, them the crimes that you be caught for. What if the judge was able to list out the crimes that nobody knew about?
Mm. Yeah, it's scary what these people have done. It is like Commanding General Yohannes said, this is a living nightmare, a living horror story. Like, you Black, Hispanic, or Indigenous, and you don't watch horror films, we understand it. Like, we are living a horror film.
Damn right.
Living amongst these people.
I make sure I watch me a horror film and a slavery movie once a week. I need to be reminded.
Yeah, those slavery movies, they'll definitely fuel a brother up.
You got to be reminded.
Let's see how much more we can get on this.
Not 16, not 14, 12. The age when most modern children are in 6th grade.
Ooh,
but here's what makes it worse. This wasn't some edge case. This wasn't rare. Skeletal evidence from Roman burial sites shows that many girls were married and became mothers between 12.
That's our liquor. Hey, y'all, that's a good drink.
Yeah, show an advertisement in there.
You have to put a little advertisement, man. You know, Esau gonna get paid, y'all.
15 years old.
Yeah, you gotta get paid.
One study of epitaphs from Rome found that the median age of first marriage for elite women was around 14.
Pause.
He said the median age
for first marriage, because they became hoes after that. For first marriage was 14.
We're gonna have to stop there.
Come on, get one more minute.
Man.
For lower classes, it could be even younger.
Pause right there. That's why I want you to
Think
stop
about
that.
Goddamn. he told you it was gonna get
last year, mothers. It was younger.
I gotta. You see the timestamp? We're at 2 minutes and 3 seconds.
Yeah.
This video is 28 minutes long.
So we got 25 more minutes of nastiness that we can't show you right now because Commander General Yohannes about to come on at 9 o'clock, y'all.
Yeah.
So, Yabashim Shabakata to the brothers, Yahabashim Shimmy to the sisters. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Hey, get them likes up, get that love up so we can get out here and we can get this algorithm up and get out to our class, sir.
Yeah, no, that's so heavy. You know what I mean? For water for this class, Ahabawan, giving all the knowledge and wisdom that you gave. You know, every Black, Hispanic, Indigenous man and woman need to hear what you have to say. All right, very powerful information. For water for, doing this class with me. Again, everybody like, share, subscribe, like Ahabawan said, and tune in tonight to Black Watch. All right. That is, a safe place for Blacks, Hispanics, Indigenous, safe and good information where we can learn how to navigate this place called hell, called Babylon, North and South Central America. And with that, we say shalom.
Shalom.
Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man, if you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please, go to isubk.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
They're one West.